Friends of social media influencers, what is it like? It's annoying AF. One of my buddies is constantly filming everything we do and posting it. It's to the point where people walk up to me on the street and ask me about him because they've seen me in his posts. I have no idea who they are. It dominates everything he does, and has severely impacted his personal relationships. He can't keep a GF, and it's clearly related to this obsession of his. He does occasionally get some cool stuff out of it though. After pretty much kicking him out of my life because I do not want to be continually posted online, we've come to the understanding that when he's about to take a pic or video, he hands me the phone so I'm not in the shot. Works okay for me. I've had the same experiences. It feels like being thrust into a job you didn't really sign up for. Didn't sign up for, don't get paid for, don't want to do, and don't think should exist in the first place. She hasn't come to anything I've invited her to in 5 years because she only goes to events that further her business, regularly says things like, "We're all using each other for something." Sometimes she texts me the same exact thing word for word over a couple of days, and it's obvious she just copy/pastes the same thing and sends it to all of us, and then forgets who she has sent it to. She still reaches out to me multiple times a year and claims I'm one of her best friends, but it sure doesn't feel like it. I've told her as much, but she just says, "This is my life now, my business comes first, and if you can't accept that, then I guess you're not a real friend." I worked with YouTube influencers in my last job with an agency that paired sponsors with these celebrities. I basically did the grunt work like insuring hotels/plane tickets, getting coffee, running errands, and meeting with the talent to ensure they were where they needed to be, example, events, conferences, trade shows, parties, or whatever. Over time you make friends with others who are in those positions, especially when you're running errands for some entitled pseudo-celebrity. The nicest YouTubers were the animators, always calm and understanding. The worst were the family vloggers. I've met all the big ones, and I never met one that wasn't a completely different person off camera. The kids are always spoiled and no one disciplines them, so they're running around breaking things or acting like idiots, and no one can yell at them lest their influencer parents find out. Close second is makeup YouTubers. I'm not sure if this counts as an influencer, but one of my close friends is a smallish music streamer on Twitch. If I said her username you probably wouldn't know her, but she's successful/popular enough to where she makes a comfortable living from streaming. She's been doing it for several years now, and it hasn't changed her at all. If anything, she's now just more willing to pay for stuff when we all hang out because of her newfound disposable income. I know a wannabe influencer. She will reply to her own posts from her husband's account praising herself. Then she will reply to those posts as herself thanking him. It's hilarious. Like Inception for Facebook. I dated one. Not super popular, but followers in the 100K range last time we spoke. I remember a lot of getting ignored and only receiving nice gifts/acts of kindness when they could post about it. Asking me to go to nice places they didn't drive, only to leave me on a bench somewhere while they took pictures. Huge strain on the relationship, especially when they started to get bigger and there was more demand for content. This is one of the reasons why I don't watch those charity/acts of kindness videos. You know for a damn fact they only do it when the camera is rolling. Sad. In the beginning they started because they got offers from brands because they were so popular on Instagram, and it was a lot of fun for them. Now they don't ever post pictures or videos without a filter. Rarely ever like a picture on the first try, and don't you dare post any pictures of them without getting their approval for it. Imagine trying to get a group picture with all of your friends for your birthday, but having you take almost 100 shots to get one that your influencer friend is happy with. Also, in the beginning I would like and comment on all of their posts, but now that's not enough. They expect me message it others, share it on my stories and my page, something about new rhythms and likes not being important anymore. I hate posting stuff to my page, but I do it anyway to be supportive. It is so tiring. They do get free things sometimes though that they sometimes share with me. Not worth it, mo. My cousin is a wannabe influencer. She kept denying family photos at a birthday party, so her mom told to just not be in the pictures anymore. LMAO. Idiot got a reality check. Two of my distant cousins, they're sisters, and are relatively well-known YouTubers. I remember the first time I met them, I was 9 years old and saw that one of them was fiddling with a program on her laptop. I asked her what it was, and she showed me her editing software. Thinking back, it was probably iMovie, and basically told me about how she records videos and posts them to YouTube, and that she had about 5,000 subscribers. She was really passionate and excited about it, and it seemed like she could go on and on for hours. I don't think she got paid a penny. I thought it was cool at the time but didn't think much of it. Just a hobby, I figured. Fast forward almost 10 years and she has nearly 9 million subscribers, lives in a beautiful house in LA, and makes more money than anyone else her age could dream of. Her sister graduated college, but she saw her success and fell into the same influencer trap as well, because that's where the money is. So they both influence full-time and have a whole team of people to do editing, assistant work, PR, managing, etc. I would say the most obvious thing is that the first sister I talked about seems to have lost touch with reality, simply because she's been doing this for so long. She acts much younger than her age to get views and maintain relevancy, and she's gotten very used to living a privileged life, so much so that she frequently complains about how difficult her job is, when there is no doubt in my mind that, if it were to all disappear tomorrow, she'd be like a deer in headlights working something like a 9 to 5. Considering she doesn't even edit her own videos or set up her own camera, she has hardly a thing to complain about, especially sitting in front of your vlog camera and crying to the people who are watching your videos and essentially paying your bills about how stressful your job is. I mean, this girl literally has an assistant to fetch her coffee and salads, as if she has no time to do it herself. Maybe having an assistant is just an influencer or status thing to do? She lives a very spoon-fed life, and seems to frequently forget it. Fortunately, the college graduate sister is very down-to-earth, and even she seems to acknowledge the ridiculousness of the whole thing. But at the end of the day, they're doing very well and I will always wish them the best. I just find myself wondering how much longer it will last for them. Sorry for the long post. Hope it was an interesting read at least. Friends with a high-profile athlete who is pretty popular on Insta. He is always on the phone, never lives in the moment. If we are doing anything fun? Well, it basically didn't happen unless the world knows about it. It's just annoying. I can't imagine living for the approval or satisfaction of others. I was with a guy at Coachella. He has a pretty good following on IG. He posted something while we were watching a concert, and could not look away from his phone. I asked him when he'd eventually put his phone away, and he said he would when he got over 1,000 likes. I couldn't believe it. This was my ex-GF. I couldn't eat before she took a dozen picture. We went hiking and had to turn around less than a mile, and since she spent an hour taking videos and posting photos. Service connection wasn't good enough, so we went to the trailhead. She had to post or else people are going to think I'm broke or depressed, and they need to know I'm traveling. She lived her life though her phone. She died. It's become popular to be disabled and post all about your medical issues. Her identity revolved around it. When she grew out of it, she needed a new medical issue to justify having a service dog and keep posting. So she made herself sick. How do I know? I have the medical issues she pretended to have, and she kept asking for advice. She got so upset after seeing my doctors at Mayo Clinic because the test showed she didn't have any of the conditions. She even emailed me the test results, so I know for a fact she faked. But she kept seeing different doctors until they would treat her anyway. She went to the ER frequently when nothing was wrong, had to have those pics. She starved herself to get a feeding tube for a condition she didn't have. That's what killed her. Her intestines wrapped around the tube and she died before they could get her help. What always boggled my mind is that her son knew full well she was faking. He hated it, but he stayed with her and enabled her. You could see in the videos something was off with him, like he really didn't want to be part of it all. So yeah, turned her into an awful person. She needed mental health help and instead inadvertently killed herself trying to be as sick as possible for attention. My cousin is a moderately successful Instagram model and she absolutely hates it. She hates her fans, finds them all cringy and pathetic, hates the drama and how PC it all is. IRL, she's very conservative/traditional. Only does it because it's the only way she can make money. She dropped out of school and endorsing products, and taking pictures of herself is the only way she knows how to pay rent. IRL, she's basically the complete opposite of the happy, bubbly, ditzy girl she plays online, and we often laugh over some of the messages she receives, including proposals and women angry that their sons/husbands are following her. Not a friend of an influencer, but I am an influencer, I guess. I have 150k plus on YouTube. It was so much fun to start off with, but now all I feel is constant pressure. If I make one mistake, I could lose everything I've spent years building. I'm never sure whether new friends like me for me, or because they want clout. Even though my content is focused on true crime, and not me, having that many people watch you and comment on your appearance, the way you talk, etc. can really fuck you up. Completely distorts your idea of self if you don't find ways to step back. Having non-social media friends really helps bring you back to earth, and trying to treat it was a typically 9 to 5. Got a friend with 75k subscribers on YouTube in a language other than English. It used to be about their weekend getaways with nice drone shots. It was interesting. Then, gradually became about their lives. She's get her phone/camera out at sometimes random moments, which could get annoying. She got pregnant. Baby everything now. Not friends yet, but I rent them a luxury condo. Maybe someday. So instead I just get to watch videos and photos of my place on Instagram while they get thousands of likes on each one. And hundreds of compliments on my place, so that's nice. My sister is an influencer and honestly, it hasn't changed her. Most people don't change if they're truly passionate for something. Most of time they're just happier. For my sister it was makeup, and now she's really happy. Those who change aren't doing something because it's what they want anymore. It's what the consumer want. So just remember this, don't let anyone change who you are. Do you have a similar story? Leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.